Good day, everyone. Today, we will discuss our case study about the Philippine rice market from 2023 to 2025. So, this study is about a price policy and customers' welfare. So, by the way, I'm Ligiana A. Hamili with my members, Cristel Roylands Book, Johanna May Lagonero, and Hermeline Delantes. And now let's start with the background. So, in 2023, the government released Executive Order number 39, which placed a price selling on rice. Here is the 41 pesos per kilo for regular and 45 pesos per kilo for well-milled rice. So the goal was to help consumers who were struggling with high prices. However, this policy caused problems because farmers and retailers said they were selling at a loss. These production costs were actually higher than the selling. Because of this, the prices selling was lifted. So fast forward to 2025, the government declared a food security emergency and released buffer stocks to help stabilize supply. This, along with lower global grain prices, the reduced inflation helped rise prices, setting around 41 to 42 per kilo. So, program like the Rice Tariffication Law or RTL and the Rice Competitiveness Enhancement Fund or RCEF also help the farmers by giving them machinery, training, and better seeds. So the government tried different solutions to balance consumers' protection and farmer welfare. So now let's talk about the stakeholders. So there are many people affected by the rice prices. So here are the consumers and households who needs affordable rice, the carinderias and small businesses that rely heavily on rice for their menus, and then the farmers and millers who produce the rice but face a high cost, importers and traders who bring in rice when local supply is low, and then the government which must make decision to balance these needs. So every stakeholders has different needs. So creating one solution that benefits everyone is so difficult. And now let's talk about the core microeconomic issues. So this case study involves several microeconomics concepts. So here is the scarcity and opportunity cost. So people may have to reduce spending on other goods to afford rice. So next is the supply and demand. So low supply or high global prices push local prices up. Next is the consumer and producers behavior. So when price rise, consumer buy less and farmers may produce more. So next is the cost of production. So fertilize, fuel, and labor all affect rice prices. So market structures and trade is a important policies and tariff influence how competitive the local farmers are. So, in short, rice is affected by both local and global economic forces.
So, good day, everyone. So, there are two questions that we want to answer. How can the Philippines maintain the affordable prices while supporting farmers and ensuring the stable supply? This is very challenging because lowering prices it can help consumers but also harm the farmers. While raising prices helps farmers, however, it can hurt consumers. So the key issues here is rising prices can affect consumers and also farmers who are facing high production costs and import competition. So our case study highlights two major goals: keep rice prices stable for consumers and also to protect the livelihood of farmers. The main issue is finding the right balance between these two goals. So this is our decision criteria. Before choosing a solution, we considered the following: how much the solution affects cost and the prices, whether it improves the supply stability, or how it impacts to the consumers, or whether it ensures fair income for farmers. These criteria help us to evaluate which strategy is the most effective and realistic.
Assumptions. We base our analysis on a few assumptions. If rice becomes cheaper, people will naturally buy more. To keep supply stable, the country needs both local production and controlled imports. Government support programs like RCEF will help improve farmer productivity. And finally, global rice price affect local price whether we like it or not. So, data analysis. So, here's the data showed. In 2023, price showed leading to EO39. In 2025, inflation showed and price eventually stabilized. RTL increased rice imports, which helped lower price. RCEF helped farmers become more competitive. When comparing options, price selling helped customers but hurt farmers. Full import liberations lowers price but weakens local farming. A balanced approach supports both groups, so data clearly pointed to one direction. The best solution is somewhere in the middle. Hmm. Preferred alternative. Our recommended option is the balanced strategy, which includes targeted subsidies for farmers, better production programs, controlled imports, improved buffer stock management. This strategy does not rely on extreme price controls or extreme import reliance. Instead, it gives both customers and farmers a fair chance.
Justification predicted outcome recommendation, so more stable life prices, higher farmer productivity, less dependence on imports. So ang recommendation is improving logic and irrigation, monitoring prices more closely, releasing buffer stock when needed. Conclusion: a balanced policy is essential, protects consumers while enabling farmers to compete. Long-term competitiveness depends on productivity, so that the Philippines needs a long-term strategy that supports both consumers and farmers. A balanced policy will help stabilize prices, improve local rice production, and ensure food security for the country. The final recommendation is to continue the reforms under RTL or RCEF, improve market monitoring and strengthen the overall rice supply system.